Hello YouTube, this is Michael from MikePhoneJunkie.org. Making this video, just touch a couple phones. AT&T has announced its 4G LTE 2012 smartphones. I believe these phones are being released in the first half of 2012 for AT&T. Now AT&T has launched 4G LTE network in about 26 cities, reaching an estimated 74 million customers. AT&T claims that have a more advanced 4G network than competitors due to its offering 2 layers of 4G technology, which is HSPA plus with enhanced backhaul plus the LTE. Now how this is better is, unlike other providers, when you lose or drop your 4G coverage, you will still be able to use their HSP plus network. You will not see steep drop off in speeds as you would likely see with competitors who are not using HSPA plus. Now onto the 4G devices. Some of these devices you probably saw at CES 2012. The first and best phone that I noticed is the Samsung Galaxy Note. The Samsung Galaxy Note is featuring a 5.3-inch Super AMOLED display, 8 megapixel camera, capable of recording 1080p video, being powered by a 2500 milliamp battery, which I really want to touch for a minute. Their Motorola Razr Max is making a Droid Razr Max version, and it's capable of it's said to have a 21-hour talk time, I believe it was. They're holding an event on February 6th, 24-hour marathon, to see exactly if that phone will hold up to what they said it would, to show everybody out there. I believe phones are really looking forward to making that promise they always put out there, that a phone will last all day, no matter what you're going to do with it. So it looks like with this phone, no matter what you're doing on the internet all day, whatever you're doing, it's going to last. It's going to last that full day. Samsung reports you can have 13.5 hours of talk time on 3G and 34.2 days of standby on 3G. Obviously, if you're using Wi-Fi, you receive better time. But it's supposedly being shipped with Android 2.3.5, which should run smoothly with the dual-core 1400 MHz processor, 1024 megabytes of RAM. The main feature everyone's noticing about this phone, and everyone has a lot of questions about, is the unique S-Style pen. This pen can be used for writing notes, highlighting items, and I believe it would be a great tool for developers to be able to utilize on future apps they will create for the Android market, geared towards this phone. I take it Samsung, they're probably going to release a few more phones featuring this S-Style pen, so I don't believe it would be just a waste for a developer that a lot of developers think, well, this is just one phone, things like that. But I believe Samsung will be definitely making more phones utilizing this S-Style pen. There's a few videos online from CES 2012. Soldier Knows Best. He has a great video on the way the pen works, everything like that. A couple features about this phone that really stand out from the other Galaxy series. The next phone is a Sony Xperia Ion. It's featuring a 4.6 1280 720p HD display, 1.5 GHz dual-core processor, 12 megapixel camera. That's said to only take 2 seconds to get from standby mode to image capture. Sony also wants people to know that this is a PlayStation certified, will allow sharing of content across multiple screens. Of course, this is going to be, just within the Sony world, but I believe this is the next step in the gaming industry for the mobile phones. So we'll see where that goes. I'll also post a link in the info to show you a hands-on demo that our friends at Phone Arena did. Very nice, very good. I definitely recommend you check it out. HTC is releasing the Titan 2, which has a 4.7 LCD screen, 4.7 inch LCD screen, 16 megapixel camera with dual LED flash. To me, that's a very good. That's high. That's 16 megapixels is good for all you people out there who are into taking photos a lot, posting to Flickr, posting to Facebook, posting to Twitter. Is giving you a chance to be able to capture those pictures at in HD, everything. Now the camcorder is said to be able to do 720p HD. It's being powered by a 1730 milliamps battery. This phone will be running Windows Mobile operating system using a single-core Snapdragon S2 processor and 512 megabytes RAM. This phone, I haven't had a release date on it either, but I believe it's going to be here in Q2 of 2012. Now another Windows phone, mobile phone, is the Nokia Lumia 900. It has a 4.3-inch clear black AMOLED display, 8 megapixel camera, 1.4 gigahertz CPU, 512 megabytes RAM. I had a chance to play around with this phone. The first thing I noticed was when I saw this phone was the sleek, nice design it had. It fit right in my hand, had a nice, solid feel to it, didn't seem cheap, didn't seem flimsy, didn't seem thrown together. I was able to just hold it. Every time I pushed a button, everything reacted. Windows Mobile Phone has a totally different operating system than what you're used to on most phones. For people who haven't used Windows Mobile's phone, I actually kind of like it. The way Windows Mobile's their idea. The way everything's on the screen there, everything's synced together. The way they have the gadgets, the Twitter, everything right there in front of you. I believe it's a good idea. I believe Windows Mobile is on the right path. And we'll just see how this Nokia does. And the next thing I want to touch bases with is, it's not a phone. This is a 4G LTE tablet. It's a Pantech Element. It's running Android 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor. It has 16 gigabytes internal memory, 32 gigabytes expandable memory. It has an 8-inch HD display. One main feature about this is the waterproof design it's said to have. I haven't got the specs on the waterproof design yet. I don't know if you can go scuba diving with this thing, or if it's just one of those things that if you want to browse the internet on this thing while you're taking a bath, you drop it, no need to worry. Things like that. A lot of people have experience with their iPhones dropping them in the toilet. I don't ask questions, but I know I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, I have water damage, I dropped my iPhone in the toilet. Maybe you should invest in one of these things, or invest in one of the, they do make iPhone 4 cases that are waterproof. So, but moving on. Now the last couple of phones I wanted to touch. Now these are AT&T's lower end phones. I mean, they're still good phones. They're just AT&T's value phones. Nowadays, a long time ago, when you told somebody, you pay $200 for a phone, they're like, okay, I'm not gonna pay that much. You're crazy. When the very first iPhone came out, people were paying $400 or $500 for it with the contract. And then they looked at it with the subsidized price, and that was the first real phone that it was like, okay, wow, that the phone costs a lot of money. But I still run into people that say, see me around someone, they're like, oh, what phone is that? And they're like, it was that iPhone I see on TV. They're like, oh, how much did it cost you? I'm like, $199, or whatever. And they're like, oh, wow, there's no way I could pay that much for a phone. You still have some teenagers that want that touchscreen phone. They want they want an Android phone. They want to be able to get on Facebook, but their parents aren't going to spend the $200 or, plus dollars, whatever. Now, I haven't got a complete pricing on these phones. All I know is that they are going to be AT&T's value phones. We have the Samsung Exhilarate. It's a 4G LTE phone. But one thing about this phone, it's constructed from 80% recycled materials. So that probably helps them with keep the cost down also. but it's still featuring a 4-inch Super AMOLED display, and it has a front and rear facing camera. So that's a pretty good thing right there. Also is a Pantech Burst. It has a 4-inch Super AMOLED display. It has a dual core processor, 5-megapixel camera. So that's a pretty good, bang for your buck right there. I still don't know what the price is, so I guess I shouldn't say that yet. But we'll see here in the future from AT&T. So any of you that have any questions, or I really just want to hear your thoughts on AT&T's phones. Do you know of any phones coming up? Do you know anything else more that we haven't heard yet about this phone? Comment below. Follow me on Twitter. I like to be involved in conversations. Go to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at MikePhoneJunkie. Tweet me something. Let's get to talking about what's going on with these phones. Do most of you like AT&T? I personally use AT&T. I have no problem with them. My bills, a little bit on the high side, but I receive very good download speeds, things like that. But I did see, I haven't verified this, but I did see somewhere on the internet or Twitter that AT&T was voted the worst subscriber or worst provider. Excuse me. But like I said, I haven't verified that. I don't know how true that is. But let me know what you think. Let me know your comments. Please subscribe. I have plenty more videos coming. Also, check out my website, MikePhoneJunkie.org. I'm constantly posting blogs. Love to hear from you guys. If you guys have any requests on apps you would like to be reviewed, we do have a special account with Apple. Like, if you want a couple apps that you don't want to pay that $2 price for or something, but you want to know how it works, let me know. I can see what I can work out for you. Alright, you all have a great day.